Everybody should want high credit limits. Reason being, because it help out your utilization if you carry a balance, and it definitely help out your credit profile, because if you have a whole bunch of high limit credit cards on your credit report, you look like you can manage money for real and you look responsible. So with this being said, let's get them big limits and level up. Let's talk about it. Welcome to Level Up Finance, where we talk about money, mindset on the road to get millions. If you have a little baby limit, one of the main reasons you might have small limits is the bank you chose. If you chose one of the big banks like Bank of America, Citi, Capital One, these type of banks, they're not going to be that generous, all right? So you might start real low, and then they might give you little small increments when you get credit limit increases. Me, I had Bank of America at one point. I had a whole bunch of credit cards, and none of them was over 10 grand except Bank of America, because that was my first credit card. And I started off with Secure Card, and then I grew it to over $12,000, and it took me 4 years. And with Navy Federal, in a couple of months, I'm over freaking $20,000 for one credit card. So it's a totally different story. One of the biggest reasons you have a small limit is the bank you choose. So the bank you choose is very important. So we're going to go with four credit unions that's going to give you big limits. All right. First one is Navy Federal. Second one is Penfed. Third one is First Tech. All three of these banks I personally have. And SECU, State Employee Credit Union of Maryland. All right, I did my research on this credit union, and they definitely give out some big limits. All these credit unions are going to be in the description below. The bureaus these credit unions pull from: Navy pulls from TransUnion, First Tech pulls from Experian, and Penfed and SECU pulls from Equifax. If I was just getting started with these credit unions, I would apply for all of them the same exact time, especially Penfed and SECU. Reason being, they're on the same credit bureau, Equifax. So you want to apply for them simultaneously. Pull up one on your phone and pull the other one up on your laptop or something, and then press submit for that credit card that you're applying for at the same exact time, so they don't see that inquiry. Another reason why you want to apply for them the same exact time, so you get credit limit increases around the same exact time, so they can age around the same exact time, so you could go for new credit cards in that same credit union around the same exact time. When it comes to credit limit increases, every credit union is different. With Navy Federal, you could apply for a credit limit increase within the first 3 months. When you first get a new account, after that is every 6 months. And it's a soft inquiry as long as you do it through the app. Now with Penfed, when you go for an increase, it's a hard inquiry. But they're generous with their inquiry, and I still will wait 3 to 4 months to go for one. First Tech, they do soft pulls when it comes to inquiries to give you a credit limit increase. All right, so you could do it right through the app, and they're pretty generous with their increases also. SECU, I'm not sure if they do soft pull or hard pull. Let me know in the comments if you have any experience with that. I tried to do research, but I couldn't find it. But they're pretty generous with their increases from what I researched too. Now, after you get all these credit unions and you get your first credit card, you probably start off with $10,000 each one. So off rip, you already got $40,000. And we might have more with Navy Federal. Some say they get $15,000, $20,000 with First Tech. Some start off with $15,000 with Penfed. Some start off with $15,000 with SECU. So I'm just going on the low end. $10,000 each credit union. That's $40,000 right now. So right now it's 3 months later. You go for another credit card. All right? You go for another credit card, and more than likely they're going to match or exceed the credit limit. With Navy Federal, 100% they exceed in whatever you got. You know, if you had a $10,000 credit card to begin with, you're getting a $20,000, $25,000 credit card. No doubt about it. Now, after getting all these credit cards with all these companies, you should be at least $10,000 each credit union. All right, each credit card. So that's $40,000 added on to the $40,000 you already had. So you already at $80,000. All right, and this is within the first 6 months of having these relationships. In the first 6 months, you already have $80,000, and you could wait another 3 to 4 months and have an increase for that again. You know, and then you probably could go for an increase for your first credit card with these companies. So within the first, within the first year, honestly, you already at 100K. With Navy Federal, all the credit cards go to $50,000 except the flagship. It goes to $80,000. With First Tech, one credit card, the Odyssey, go all the way up to $100,000. Everything else is $50,000. With Penfed, I'm hearing between $25,000 to $50,000, which is great. With SECU, you could go all the way up to $50,000. All right, so each credit union, especially if you have 3 cards, that's what we going for. We're going for 3 cards for each credit union. We could have over $100,000 for each credit union in a few years. But in 1 year doing this, you can have over $100,000 in credit. So within the first 3 to 4 years, you probably could have $100,000 for each credit union. And that's $400,000 in total. Not being a credit whore and going everywhere, just sticking with these 4 companies and having big boy limits. When you have big boy limits, you can make big boy moves. And then you could go on to business credit, but that's a totally different story. And they can match the limits with your personal credit, and you can do even bigger moves, all right? This is the way to level the F up, all right? This is the way to level up. So if you like this, if you learned something new, give me one of these. Subscribe if you're not already subscribed. And I'll talk to you on the next one, all right? Level up.